Good morning, everybody. What a glorious morning it is. We're about to get up to the wealthy people neighborhood again, where I like to film. Oh, you can hear the wind. It's nice and windy this morning. Windy and cool. Not super cold, not bitingly cold, thankfully. And let's take a look over here at the beautiful pond, the old barn, the nice log cabin. Well, I had a wonderful morning. I've barely slept again. I just can't stay down. I seem to just keep getting up and getting into stuff. So I had up all night real patriot hours with Carnal Conservative over on his channel. And I'll be posting that stream to my channel here a little later once it's done encoding. And I'm just in good spirits. We had an excellent talk about why Americans, real patriots, real nationalists in America, should be fired up and excited right now. Because I think that I don't really like to use the terms left and right anymore, but when you look at the people that are opposed to whatever you want to call them, the anti-white narrative, the cathedral, the globalist regime, communists, whatever you want to call our enemies, standing up to them is important, not just because it's noble and ethical, but for a pragmatic reason as well. See that white truck back there? Almost every time in my morning videos that I have to have a noticeable cut, it's because that loud ass truck drives by, and when I'm over on the main road, you can hear it for like 30 seconds. So now you finally know the culprit. Anyway, I gotta switch hands for a minute. Ooh, I got hit in the face with leaves. It's real pretty. The trees are losing their leaves. But anyway, I got sidetracked from what I wanted to talk about. So let's loop this back around here. The reason that I bring this up, this came up on the stream that I did with Carnal, is just like how there's the phenomenon of Trump derangement syndrome. I think that there's something similar on our side, which is bleak hopelessness and thinking that our enemies have all the cards and are completely all-powerful. I think that our version of Trump derangement syndrome is believing the magic cabal of desert puppies or the super globalist rich elite are this unbreakable power structure that controls everything in the media and the military and the government, and we have no hope at all. I don't think that that's true. I think that that's just as diluted as Trump derangement syndrome. Because look at the proof. The proof is in the pudding if you look. We have, let's say, I don't know what, 10, 15 major news networks counting, New York Times and stuff like that, or outlets, let's say, not networks. And we've already had 2 of them start going back and saying, okay, these states aren't going for Biden. If the situation was hopeless, would they really be doing that? Would they be backpedaling? And I know people are going to say, oh, well, yes, that's because really Trump was what the magic puppy cabal or whatever wanted all along, and he's really just controlled opposition. Okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Not with how things have been going. I don't think this is some masterful excuse my language, some masterful mindfuck to the American people that is going to do a bait and switch with us emotionally just to put in a new establishment shill into the White House and have a fake nationalist movement. I don't believe that anymore. Not with all the shit that I've seen happening in the last week. Not with all the exposed corruption. Not with all of the people coming forward, having testimonies. Not with all of the holes being blown in the stories that the mainstream narrative has been pushing about Trump for the last 4 years. I think that our enemies are weak and scared and old and dying. And I think that we have an excellent opportunity right now in America to have some real healing. I do agree with the black pillars on one thing. The America that was is dead. It's never coming back. We're not going to have it. That American dream, it might have been alive from the beginning. But what we can do is make sure that a glorious phoenix rises from the ashes of whatever it is we have now. And I feel it coming. And I think that we have more reason than ever to be white-pilled, because we got people like Jason Kuna teaching going free. We got people like me speaking truth, peace, harmony, inspiration to our people. We've got people like the guy Carnal Conservative I talked to, being a huge shining light of truth and hope to his Mormon community out in Texas. We have people like us networking all across the country. You got guys like Don the Pleb, keeping the hope alive, making sure people are ready to water that tree. We're staying connected. We have more chance at a healthy nationalist upsurgence, I'll say, not necessarily uprising, but an upsurgence of real American patriotism now than we may have ever had. And I think that if you believe that our enemies, whatever you want to call them, are so powerful and so strong that we can never make a difference, then I think you're just as delusional as the Trump derangement syndrome people. And I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Raymond Foster down in Australia. The other day, I just made an off comment on one of his posts, and I said something to the tune of something about hate crime laws always being a tool of the anti-white narrative, and they're never going to work in our favor, because I do sort of believe that still. But he made a very pithy point to me that was stinking thinking, and that can't never could is basically the sentiment of his response to me. And I thanked him for that, because you know what? He's right. Because he made me face a meme pathogen of a sort, that stuff was hopeless and there was no prayer of it ever changing. So thank you for that, Raymond. Thank you. That meant a lot to me, and that made me think in better, healthier ways. And this is why we have to have good community and people that know what's up and people that genuinely care about going free, using the lexicon and the dialectics, because look how it helped me. It helped me, and I'm knee-deep in this stuff every day. We all have room to improve, and we can all go a little freer. And that's why it's called Going Free and not Gone Free. And of course, like usual, I'll be putting a link to Jason's wonderful book in the description below. So thank you, Raymond. So we're going to go ahead and turn around. It's going to be bright because the sun just came up. There we go. Ooh, I'm backlit. Look, I look magical. Let's see if I can get a better... There we go. Okay, now I don't look like some magical silhouette from a fantasy novel cover or something. Okay, we're going to walk up here. We're going to wrap it up. And I'm sorry, I can't make the airplane above me go away. I don't know why, but it's a really loud airplane flying over. And I can't even see it. But it's coming from that direction. I don't know if it's it sounds like a little prop plane. Maybe privately owned? I've never heard, oh no, it's a helicopter. There it goes. You see it? Anyway, sorry it's so loud, but I don't want to cut the video because I was on a roll. Anyway, we are going to wrap it up here though. Just remember, if it really was hopeless and our enemies really were unbeatable, we wouldn't be seeing the backpedaling and the shit show that we're seeing now, and we most certainly wouldn't be seeing Donald Trump giving the finger to Netanyahu and Israel on Twitter. So, I'm going to wrap things up there. Let's take a look at the beautiful vista here. Look at that. I think that we should all live in places like this. I think living in big cities on top of each other only leads to ugly things. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. But I believe that people should have more space and more land and be more connected to smaller communities than living in these giant crowded cities. But anyway, we've come to the end now, so be inspired and carry that inspiration forward to the rest of our community. Goodbye, and God bless.